Again, Kid Galahad versus Kiko Martinez. Kiko is somebody who's fought pretty much half of the people that we've spoken about already so far. Underwhelming one, I think it's fair to say, for Kid Galahad's first defense, particularly with how good he's looked in recent fights.
He looked against Jazza Dickens. I think I said he was like a stone cold killer. Like, I hate saying the word killer and things like that on boxing, but he was just so focused. You could just see that. Like, I don't care. We could have been doing all sorts of things, tickling his face and everything. He would have blinked at once. He had the focus on Dickens, who's a good fighter, by the way.
Was in good form as well.
Yeah, he was in good form, and he was full of confidence, and rightly so. And he just dealt with him with ease. It was with ease. Like, I love Jazza Dickens, so I don't like saying it. But yeah, Galahad was brilliant. He really was. And yeah, I think he destroys Martinez.
It's a terrible fight for Kiko at this stage.
Because Galahad's a massive featherweight. He's a lightweight, really. He's not massively tall, but he's big and strong. And yeah, and the way he was against, he got that Ingle style with his hands high, which was a nightmare. You know what I mean? He has that, like, he never wastes a punch. The judgment of the distance is fantastic. Every shot is heavy.
He's nasty as well in there. When he's in the ring, he's cerebral, so he doesn't ever lose his. Don't ever see him losing his temper or wasting shots, as you've just said there, or kind of when he picks up the pace again, it's sort of methodical, and he seems to enjoy really breaking fighters down.
He was a stone cold killer because he had the focus he had was irrelevant what Jazza was doing. There was no empathy there or nothing. He just like, you are having it. Like, this is it. I don't care. Every round, bam, 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 bam. And every round's the same. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're crying. No, that don't happen. But you know what I mean? He was just so focused on doing the job that nothing mattered.
You sort of see sometimes with fighters where they're dominating a fight and it kind of gets down to it and they're 8-9 rounds up with the last championship rounds, and you think, and they kind of, I say coast, but they decide, okay, well, the fight's won, but there was never any of that. He stopped over at the end of the 11th round, Jazza Dickens, and every round that was going, you could sort of see him. He wasn't going to slow down and stop. He said, I think in his post-fight interview, all he was thinking in his head, I've got to smash this guy. That's all I got to do. That's all I got to do. And it's sort of nice to see. Not very nice if you're a fan of Jazza Dickens, of course, but
it is. To keep that concentration level, like how fit you got to be. To keep that concentration level constant for that many rounds, it takes a massive fitness. It really does, because it's a real draining thing to do. And you know what we've seen now, like, that's Usyk makes you engage your brain more than you used to, and it knackers people out. But like, Galahad was on it. He was brilliant. I thought he was fantastic. But Martinez, at this stage of his career,
he's made
the natural size he is, and the way he fights, he's going to get bashed up. Listen, he's one of those Martinez. He can pull things out of the bag, but you can't keep saying that forever. You just can't, like, you can't. And Zelfa Barrett, who's a good fighter, is a different level to Barry, the second best Barry from the Yemen. He's true. He's better than he is. Like, you know, it's a different level right now. So yeah, it's going to be a hard night. They've dragged him in, really. He's like he's at that stage of his career now, Martinez. He's just hanging on for paydays.
It's a name that still carries some sort of recognition in the UK audience, isn't it?
Yeah, it do. But he's not the Martinez he was a super bantamweight.
Oh no,
and you know, it's nowhere near that. And he has power, but he's going to walk through him. He's going to take the shots on the gloves. He's going to block and hit with the same hand. And yeah, because Martinez is incredibly tough, it might go 7 rounds.
Where would you like to see? I mean, assuming that nothing happens, that nothing untowards happens this weekend, and Kid Galahad makes a successful first defense. Josh Warrington is now kind of away from the Mauricio Lara kind of saga. That's a potential fight. Emmanuel Navarrete, or however you want to pronounce it, he's up there now at featherweight. There's Gary Russell, who is, you know, he's due a fight. I guess he's always due a fight.
No, it's a couple of years' time.
Yeah,
he's booked in for 2015.
You would think that Barry Kid Galahad would want to get Kiko Martinez out of the way and push on for one of those big fights at 126 pounds.
Well, also you got Leewood versus Michael Conlan, which is probably going to go St Paddy's Day in Madison Square Garden. You would have thought. So I think that seems the likely spot.
That'd be nice.
be great win. I'd go for that.
Yeah, I think if they do it there, I think I'll go to that.
Yeah, we'll do a boxing social special. So
All right, okay. You heard it here first.
So I don't have to pay. But that'd be great. It'd be great. There's a good fight, Alice. See? So there's no the thing is there's fighters within their camp. There's Lee Wood straight away. So even though Connor's been ordered, who's to say Lee Wood don't relinquish that and fight Galahad for big money? I think the Conor fight's probably a bigger money financially maybe. But either way, there's plenty of fights out there domestically. That's the good thing. And Warrington, he almost feels like he's being forgotten about a little bit. But the thing is, I think that him and Galahad would be a better fight now. The first fight was horrible to watch. It was awful. But there's a different confidence to both now, to be honest. And I thought Warren just nicked it, by the way. So the first fight, and it was one of those fights that you could see it easily.
Yeah, I had it a draw.
Yeah. Shit house. But either way, but I think this fight would be good, because I think the way he boxed the other night, if he continues to box like that, he's a problem for anyone. And exciting to watch as well, by the way, because he forces you to fight. That's the difference. The other Galahad, who dances around, makes you miss, he'll just frustrate you, and tie you up, make it awkward, and that's like the whole, like, just do enough, nick around, and that, But the Galahad we seen win the world title, he didn't nick around, he went up and grabbed the run by the scruff of the neck, didn't he? So that's what, so he can do that now. Let's do that. And Warrington still maybe, he might not be frail, he might be frail, but...
This is what I was going to say. We've seen a vulnerability in Warrington, certainly in the first Lara fight, obviously, that we'd not seen in his career so far. So, and also, Galahad, having felt, hard done by in the first fight, might want to rubber stamp the win even more anyway, and try and, win convincingly or clearly, win at all in a rematch. So I think that's a fight, and they don't like each other, and it's still something
and
that...
also, Warrington, that Lara thing's finished now.
You would think.
Only because they don't need him now. But it's not really finished, is it? Because the second fight was very inconclusive. So it's not really finished.
I just can't really see them wanting
he's never
to fight
coming back
again.
again to fight anyone ever again. You'll never see that guy again. Like, no one ever see that guy again, unless you're going in deep into the jungle somewhere. I mean, he's gone now. He's gone for good. Because he's a nightmare, isn't he? Like, who's going to want to... Who wants to pay him? Like,
I think he's signed with Matchroom. I think he's signed with them.
It's nothing.
So I think I'm not saying that we could see him versus Josh Warrington again. I don't think we do see that, but wouldn't surprise me to see him pick up a title somewhere along the line. He used to.
They're promoting in Mexico, maybe. So maybe,
yeah.
But I mean, he ain't fighting any of their fighters. That's
for
sure. Like, Yeah, but so there's loads for Galahad to happen. It's a good division still, and Navarrete is a big puncher himself. So, that's a really good fight. But again, he's one of those fighters where you'll avoid him as long as you can.
I think Navarrete and Lara used to do a lot of sparring together up till very recently. Navarrete said that Mauricio Lara was the hardest that he's ever been hit.
Yeah.
Which was very interesting.
And he's good, Navarrete. I've covered some of his fights.
He boxed in America like every 6 weeks for that period of time, didn't he? I think he boxed Flasher Lordy's grandson on a Fury undercard.
Well, I did him on. I think he was on a Canelo undercard as well. I think I did him.
Yeah. I think he was on the Canelo...
Golovkin one, maybe?
I don't know.
Either way, I've seen him on a film. I mean, I'm on Box Nation.
I think it was with him, was like... I'd imagine that he's not, commanding a massive sum, and he's very friendly to watch for TV. So you get him in there as regular as you can. I remember the beatings that he put on Isaac Dogboe. Isaac Dogboe was a good fighter. Is a good fighter. He beat Adam Lopez, who's another very good fighter. He actually still wants a trilogy bout with Navarrete, which is just fucking madness to me. But